Good morning. Welcome to worship this morning. My name is Reverend Liz Georgakopoulos, and it is a blessing to be here this morning to worship together. And you're probably thinking, who's leading Sunday Adventures today? And that'll be Robin. Lots of fun stuff planned for the kids up there today. In your order of service, there are lots of announcements and information about things coming up this week. And I invite anyone forward who would like to say a few more things about what's happening this week at the church. Yeah.
So Tuesday night is our Hull Firefly event, which will be in here, and we'll have it all dimly lit with candles like we did in May. And the theme this year for this event is Trick or Treat. We're hosting a cocktail reception before. So we're still looking for people who want to make a financial donation to cover the cost of the food and alcohol towards that. And we're also hoping that you all attend, or most of you can attend. If you have any questions about how it works, you can ask me at coffee hour. It's a really fun event. It's a great community builder. I think that everybody would just really enjoy it. So we're looking for financial donations towards covering the cost of the reception, and just yourselves to join us. Thank you.
Just a few more important notes today. The book club is meeting, the book group, is meeting after service to discuss the Thursday Murder Club. And next Sunday, we will celebrate All Souls Day, so you're encouraged to bring a picture of someone that you've loved for the table of remembrance. The kids will also be doing an ofrenda upstairs, so they can bring a picture as well. And with that, I would like to read for our call to worship this morning, To Care Without Drowning by Reverend Michelle Collins. Some days the world's pain floods through us, like water through a broken dam, every headline, every cry of distress becoming our own. We come here thirsty for the wisdom to care without drowning, to love without losing ourselves in the undertow of others' sorrow. Come, let us seek together the steady foundation from which true compassion flows.
From
I've already screwed up the order of worship. So now I invite you, we'll give them a second to get situated, to stand as you are able and join in our opening hymn, number 281, O God, our help in ages past. Do we have someone lined up to light the chalice this morning? Would anyone like to do that? Yeah, thank you. Let us say together the words of the Second Parish Covenant as we light our chalice. With love for each other and with respect for each person's search for the truth, we unite in the spirit of Jesus for the worship of God and the service of our neighbors. I'm going to change spots. This on? There we go. I invite my children friends forward, just a few of you. And I'm gonna need help from other adults for our story this morning. Callie, would you hand these pictures out to people? So make sure all the kids get one, and then whatever adults would like to help. We have here a cauldron, right? There's a cauldron here, yep. And you may have heard the story about stone soup. We're going to do a spooky version of that today. Once upon a time, on the edge of a small village, a tired traveler wandered into town. She wore a tattered cloak, carried a crooked walking stick, and had a warm but weary smile. It was the day before Halloween, and the villagers were all busy getting ready for the celebration. But this year, things had been hard. The harvest was small, and everyone was worried that there wouldn't be enough food to share or enough joy to go around. People kept to themselves. Decorations were simple, and the doors stayed closed. The traveler knocked on a few doors asking Is there room for one more at your Halloween gathering? But each person said the same thing. Sorry, I don't have much to offer this year. There's not enough for everyone. It's just going to be a small celebration for us alone. Maybe next time. So the traveler went to the center of the village square, set down a big silver pot, and began to build a small fire. Curious children peeked from behind fences. A few grown-ups wandered over. Right, make sure you're paying attention to your pictures and bring them up as I say them. What are you doing? One asked. Well, I'm making cauldron soup, said the traveler with a grin. It's a special soup for Halloween, made from the most surprising ingredients. I just need a little water and a magic stone. From her pocket, she pulled out a smooth, shiny stone and dropped it into the bubbling pot. We're going to use our imagination. Everyone leaned in. But that won't make real soup, someone whispered. Ah, said the traveler, but it could with just a little more magic. Like a scoop of spirit. Does anyone have some? Like maybe a carved pumpkin? So this child brought their carved pumpkin and their spooky dance. Can you do a spooky dance? No. Okay, that's fine. Fine. Perfect, said the traveler. The child placed her pumpkin beside the pot and danced around it, arms flapping like a ghost. The next traveler said, it needs a dash of kindness. I was going to keep these cookies to myself, but I'll share. Does anyone have cookies? All right, put them in the pot. What about bravery? A boy in a monster costume raised his hand. I'll walk into the dark woods alone. Does anyone have the dark woods? Noah, do you have the dark woods? Yeah. Well, just to the edge of the dark woods. Everyone laughed and cheered. One by one, the villagers stepped forward. So if you have a picture, you can come up. Someone added laughter. Someone added songs. Someone added a warm scarf to share. They added silly stories, warm cider, painted rocks, and paper bats. That's a lot of stuff in our pot. As each gift was placed, the pot of soup bubbled higher and brighter, not with food, but with feeling. The air around it shimmered with light and laughter. People began to smile. Doors opened. Tables were carried into the square. Candles were lit. By nightfall, the village had the best Halloween celebration it had seen in years, full of sharing, costumes, courage, and care. As for the traveler, she simply smiled and said, when everyone brings what they can, even just a little bit, it's enough. Magic cauldron soup is never made alone. And with a wink, she disappeared into the mist. What I love about this story is how it helps us see the connection between compassion and generosity. Today, in Sunday Adventures, the children will be exploring how compassion is often about making sure no one gets left out. But in order to make sure people are included, first we have to create a space to invite people into. And we can't create that kind of space without generously sharing what we have. So children, I invite you to head upstairs to Sunday Adventures. Do we have any joys or concerns that folks would like to share this morning? Oh, there's one back here too. There's got to be a height requirement to be an usher. It is a joy to be visiting our friend Merla here in Hingham. It is also a joy to worship with this congregation again this year. A concern, Bob and Rose G. have a safe journey home tomorrow night. And traveling mercies, I believe. A concern that federal government SNAP food benefits are about to be cut off. More support for the food pantry will be needed. A concern for all who are living in fear of hunger, shelter, and safety. A joy for our son James, who got married last week under sunny skies in Mississippi. Gratitude for everyone who helped make the pumpkin patch a success, and that we could share what we had left with clients and volunteers of the food pantry. I invite you to join in our Spirit of Life hymn number 123. Please join me in prayer. Gracious and loving Creator, we thank you for this time that we spend together worshiping you, learning, and growing together as a community. We lift up to you all of those joys and concerns that we have named out loud this morning, and all of those that we have kept silently on our hearts. Be with us this week and every week as we go out into the world to do good work, to love, be kind, and compassionate to all that we meet. For our silent meditation today, I would like to read a prayer for cultivating compassion when it feels difficult by Reverend Michelle Collins. Spirit of community, we name the truth. There are people who make love feel impossible, who push every button we didn't know we had, who seem almost designed to test the very limits of our humanity. Our hearts contract around these relationships like fists, protecting old wounds that never quite healed. We itemize their faults, build cases for our justified anger, forget that they too were once children who needed tenderness. Grant us eyes to see past the armor to the wounds beneath. Help us recognize that cruelty is often just pain that has nowhere else to go, that the hardest people to love are frequently those who most desperately need it. This does not mean accepting harm or abandoning boundaries, but may we find the fierce grace to hold both protection and compassion, remembering that even the most difficult souls are traveling their own mysterious journey toward healing. When love feels impossible, help us choose dignity anyway. When understanding fails, let kindness remain. Please join with me in the prayer of Jesus. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. This morning's offering will now be given and received.
I hear the real
Our reading this morning is from Nadia Bowles-Weber. And if you don't know who she is a pastor, I believe, in the UCC. And you should Google her because she is very alternative looking. She often wears tank tops with all of her tattoos showing. She's got very short hair and is always on the forefront of social justice issues. Her reading this morning is on offering yourself compassion for not being able to address the tragedy and injustice of the world in all the ways you wish you could. It's enough to do the thing that's yours to do. I have this teacher, Suzanne Stable, and she taught me these discernment questions, and I use them every day, which is, what's mine to do and what's not mine to do? What's mine to say and what's not mine to say? And then the third one's harder because it feels callous. But what's mine to care about and what's not mine to care about? That's not to say it's not worthy to be cared about by someone, but that we have to acknowledge the limits of our ability to care and respond about everything that happens throughout the world. And to me, if I'm in my lane and I'm doing what's mine to do and resting in that, then the next step is to assure myself it actually is enough, and to assure myself that there are others in the world who are doing work I'm not equipped to or called for, and to celebrate them, to point to them, to be grateful for them, but not to feel like I have to also be them. My sermon title this morning is, I Am Tired, Are You? And our theme this month in Sunday Adventures, and hopefully throughout some of the worship service as well, has been about cultivating compassion. How do we be kind to others? How do we be generous and welcoming? And how do we do that without getting compassion fatigue? Compassion fatigue is when we have given so much that we hit our limit, and our body sometimes chooses when we've hit that limit. You'll get sick out of nowhere for no apparent reason, and you realize it is time to stop and rest. We talk about compassion fatigue a lot in helping professions. And if you think about during COVID, this would be all of the medical professionals and the first responders. If you think about any helping profession at all, social workers, teachers, compassion fatigue is real. Compassion fatigue happens by receiving that secondary trauma for the others that you are helping to heal. And so if you think of a school with a lower income population, those students are having a lot of traumas happen to them at home, and that certainly comes with them to school. And so compassion fatigue is something that I am certainly feeling, and I would imagine that most of you are as well. It seems like every day we hear some new, more awful tragedy that has either happened from our government within our state or local areas, our country, or throughout the world. We as a family chose several years ago to not watch the news. What news I receive comes from alerts from the New York Times and scrolling on social media. I can't watch the news, or else I would be a sobbing mess all day, every day. And in my job, most of you may not know that my daytime job is as a trauma counselor. So when bad things happen in the state of Massachusetts, we are called to respond to those things. I try not to watch the news so I don't wonder if I am going to get a call about said tragedy, because that's what I do. all day, every day. And so when we think about all of the terrible things in our world, I'd like us to do this exercise, and if you're comfortable, you can say things out loud, or we can just sit here and think a little bit about it. What would our ideal be versus what reality is? And perhaps a good place to start was in our joys and concerns about the SNAP and food benefits running out. What would be ideal for people to be fed? Anyone want to offer anything? I'm making you do work today, sorry. Yeah, that everyone has enough, right? That kids have food to eat at home and not just at school when they get free meals for breakfast and lunch. That would be the ideal, but our reality is that millions of families, and in the tens of thousands of families in the state of Massachusetts, will not have enough to eat. Our kids will be fed with free meals at school, thanks to the Massachusetts legislature that has built that into their budget. But that's only 2 meals a day. If we think about the way that our world is right now with all of the discrimination that's going on, just to label it very broadly, what would be ideal? Everyone treated equally. Everyone treated the same, no matter your skin color or your gender identity or your sexual orientation or your income level or your ability level. And what is our reality? Our reality is that unless you are a straight white man, you come up against some sort of inequality every single day. We can think about this idea of compassion and justice. We can think about what it means to be welcoming. In the United Church of Christ and the tradition that I come from, we talk about extravagant welcome. What does that mean to extravagantly welcome someone? I shared a little bit last week about my time spent at a mosque. It was part of one of my assignments for my master's program to go somewhere where I was the other. And I would say I've received no better extravagant welcome than I did in this place. I was treated as a guest. Things were explained to me as we go along. You sit here and you listen. We're going to do the evening prayer. You stand up, you prostrate, you kneel down. My hands were never empty. There was always food or a drink being handed to me from who knows where. That was an extravagant welcome. Welcoming the stranger. Welcoming those who are different from us. Welcoming them in a space that might be sacred. Welcoming them into your community. It's hard. It's hard to do those things when we want to protect what little peace we have left in this world. It's hard to be extravagantly welcoming when people think so much differently than you do. It's hard to be extravagantly welcoming to people who harm other people. And on some level, like what many of the reflections that we've heard today, we have to know that something has happened to them in their past that has caused them to be the way that they are today. That doesn't mean that they're allowed to hurt you. That doesn't mean you have to put up with abuse or neglect. That doesn't mean that you have to be their punching bag. You can show them compassion while setting a boundary that says, You cannot come into my life and act that way. In the UU theology, there is a lot that we have listed out, and I invite you, if you want to look at our little symbol on the front. I think almost all of these apply to our idea about compassion today, but the ones that jumped out at me the most are generosity, justice, and interdependence. Interdependence. We rely on each other. We are part of the machine, a cog in the wheels. We help others just as others help us. And without doing this work together, we will get nowhere. We will get compassion fatigue, we will get burnt out, and then we'll have to hide and rest. We are called to love each other, even if it's hard. We are called to love each other, even if it's hard. We are called to help other people within our limits. If you're already purchasing groceries on a credit card, you should not be buying extra to give to the food pantry. That is a limit. Know how and when you can help. Nadia Bolz-Weber said that one of the questions was, what's mine to care about and what's not mine to care about? There are so many things that are ours to care about and things that we have to give up. And so when it comes to fighting for justice issues, I have a really hard time because I want to be present and fight for every injustice that I see. And that is just not realistic. So hone in on one thing. For me, immigration has been a really important piece of my work. I've worked with the MIRA Coalition. I've worked with Centro Presente in East Boston. I've gone to the State House for Immigrant Day. I have protested. I have accompanied someone as they went to do their check-in at the ICE headquarters in Burlington. I have done a walk. But those aren't the only ways that you can participate. You can donate to places if you don't have time. If all you have is time, you can donate your time or your skills. Are you good at making designs? Well, offer up your skills to make marketing campaigns. Are you good at knitting or crocheting? Offer up some of your pieces to be sold as a fundraiser. Are you good at sitting with people? Offer to go accompany someone the next time they have their ICE check-in. Are you pretty quiet? Are you good at keeping things personal and to yourselves? Offer up your home to a family that is worried about being deported. We have to know our limits, but we also have to see our abilities and know that there is more than just one way to support a cause that we are excited about, that we are passionate about. And we have to know when to say no, when it's too much, when we need to take a step back and rest, when we need to clean out the garage and make sure that the snowblower is ready because winter is coming. We need to take care of ourselves so that we continue to help out in all of the ways that we can. And so it's important to know our limits, know when we can say no, and it's okay to say no. I am giving you permission to say no when you need to. And understand that in the moments that we are helping others, they are often helping us in different ways. I know that I am the leader of Sunday Adventures, but I'll tell you, I learn more from those kids every week than I could ever teach them. So as we think about all of the injustices happening in the world, and we think about welcoming the stranger with an extravagant welcome, I challenge you to think through this week what it will mean to care about only what you can care about. Do what's only yours to do. Say what's only yours to say. And allow other people to take up the yoke and say the other things, do the other things, care about the other things that we just don't have the bandwidth for. As we think about our week and our time that is precious to us and our families, know that there are ways that you can help. Know there are ways that you can be helped. And don't be afraid to do either of those things, to help or ask for help, today or any day. As we move out into our week, we understand that there may be people, as of next weekend, who do not have access to food. There may be people who are still enduring genocide across the world. There may be people who are still scared to leave their homes because they are afraid to be deported and separated from their families, and yet the world keeps turning. And we do all that we can without enduring compassion fatigue. Because as we go to sleep and wake up, there is another day for us to keep doing that good work. I am nothing if not efficient, because it is early. But we are going to sing our closing hymn, so I invite you to stand as you are able. And join in singing number 346, Guide My Feet.
It's actually 348.
348,
Yes.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
So on behalf of the congregation, the Music and Worship Committee, these are tokens of our appreciation.
Thank you. Thank you all so much. It's been it's been like 14 years, and I feel like I grew up here, so thank you. Thank you all.
Our benediction comes from Reverend Cameron Trimble, When the World Numbs. Spirit of breath, when the world numbs, soften us. Melt the armor we've built around our own tenderness. Guard us not with distance, but with discernment. Help us feel deeply without drowning. Let us carry pain without being consumed by it. Let us keep loving without illusion. May our hearts of flesh remain responsive, vulnerable, and true.